Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic, and what we're trying to do today is we are playing Mono White Rally of Wings. And Rally of Wings, instant 2 converted mana cost, untap all creatures you control. Creatures you control get flying. Creatures you control with flying get +2/+2 until end of turn. So we are playing a mono white flyers deck. I was trying to bring in another color. I was thinking going towards red a little bit to bring in Aurelia. There was a few other options I was thinking of, and I decided, no, let's just go ahead and keep this mono white. I know that I play a lot of white, I'm sorry guys, but it's actually really good in the format right now. And so this is kind of a mono white weenie deck, but it's different because we're playing some other fun janky things with it. So I hope you guys can forgive me for playing mono white. But we are playing some pretty fun stuff here. So we have Unbreakable Formation, we have Rally to Wings, and just a couple of things to make sure that we're getting with our flyers. Sky Tether, really great way to just kind of slow down our opponent, making sure that we're getting with our stuff. And really the idea here is that we want to build wide with our Healer's Hawk, Falcon, Wrestling Falcon in the early game, Grateful Apparition, which is really great with Unbreakable Formation. That's the only card it's really good with though, so I decided that I'm just going to bring in 2 copies because it is nice. It's a great idea that we can have there, but it's not the game plan here. Instead we have Silverbeak Griffin and Tomek. We could do like Gird for battle with Grateful Apparition as well, which could be good there. I think that what we've got going on for us is okay. Maybe we can bring in like a Najani to make sure we can bring stuff back, put counters on. Anyway, there's some options, but I think that right now this is all we're going to go. And then we have the Angel package. We have Resplendent Angel, which is great for 3-drop. We don't want to go too much higher than that, but we do have a couple Shalai and Lyras just because they're so good. They turn games around. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and bring us down one more land and bring in an Ajani. A little bit awkward going down to 21 lands, but I think because we're monocolored here, we're kind of just hoping for Lyra in occasional matchups, and we're okay with it being kind of a dead card in hand if we're going to be winning anyway with our cheaper stuff. So I think this is going to be okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this deck, see how it goes, and wish me luck.
Before we jump into the gameplay, a quick thanks to Fusion Gaming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to head over to FusionGamingOnline.com for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Check the link in the description below.
All right, up against Fayu. Bring it on, Fayu. And let's see how this goes for us. Rally of Wings, Silverbeak Griffin, some pretty fun stuff that we can do here. We'll see if it's enough. We do need either another pump spell or more creatures. Tomek is so good. Like Silverbeak Griffin is good enough to be playing in a deck like this. Tomek is just so much better. It does have that little issue of being legendary, but it has extra text on it besides just being a 2/3 flyer for 2. Dude, it's so good. Vivian's Arcbow pretty good as well. Let's see if all this ramp is going to do stuff for them, and we're going to hope not. All right, go Tomek and swing in for 1. And there are enough people that are playing like land destruction in all and everything that it can. Tomek's extra text can at least be useful, although not typically too much. And there are a few people playing that you can't play lands from graveyards. In fact, there are a few blue-green decks that are playing Crucible Worlds with, Tatyova. You don't see it a ton, but I mean, it still does have relevance even in standard at the moment. All right, digging for something here for 4. Find the best thing for 4 converted mana costs or less on the top of their deck, and that's a Zagana. It's not bad. All right, well, let's go ahead and just get down some more creatures. And we're just going to go face. We are swinging all in. Down to 16 past the turn. Next turn with double Rally of Wings, if we find that is a lot of damage. Each creature becomes a... Yeah, that is lethal. As long as they don't have any answer to this, and if we find a land, we do just have lethal on board. Hidana's Climb. Counter onto Incubation Druid. That's a lot of mana. It's a swing in for 4. No blocks. And please, please, please give us lethal here this next turn. We're gonna be, oh, that's not good. That's not bad though either. This is not instant speed, is it? All right, so let's just sky tether the Zagana. Just making sure you can't attack. It does also give him defender. So man, it's actually a really good card, especially for flyers. And we get to swing in for 1 million. We don't quite have lethal here. Bring him down to 2. And I mean, they have to get rid of our entire board for the next turn. They can't swing in with their biggest guy anymore. They have lots of mana, but it just doesn't do anything against what we've got there. That is so good. I love it. All right, up against Adonomy. Dude, I'm so bad with names and just reading in general. All right, we're going to keep this. This looks great. This is what we want. This is what we want. All right, we're going to go for the Healer's Hawk. On turn 2, if they bring out like a Llanowar, it's better to sometimes have the Resting Falcon. Maybe we could have blocked this guy too, but just no blocks for now. We'd love to make sure we can actually gain the life off of this. So let's Silverbeak Griffin and swing in. Sky Tether can be pretty good. I'm not exactly sure how good it's going to be against a Goblin deck. We'll see if this is Goblins or if this is an actual mono red deck with just 10th Street Dodger. Just passes the turn. We're gonna hold up Rally of Wings in case of a shock or something. I don't know. Let's go ahead and swing in. If they have a shock, this is the perfect time to use it. Use Rally of Wings. I mean, yeah, that works. All right, so now we're just going to play out our other stuff. Silverbeak Griffin. Rustwing Falcon. And pass the turn. Or they do have a Lightning Strike. That's fine. As long as we have 3 creatures, we're good. Let's hope they don't have something else. Cavalcade is not fun, but we're going to be gaining 3 life next turn. Down to 19. Okay, I did bring in 1 Finale of Glory just because I think it's a great card to play when you are flooding out a little bit. Let's go ahead and just Sky Tether this Dodger. And Rally of Wings. Gain some life. Swing in for 1 million. Down to 6. We maybe did that a little bit too early. Maybe it would have been better to hold off for a bit. Double Cavalcade is good. They cannot swing in now with this guy. Flame of Keld, digging for creatures. So they had the Cavalcades, and there we go. All right. Unbreakable Formation. We didn't quite have lethal, but now we do. Yes! Oh man, this deck is so fun. I do love the Goblin Cavalcade. We actually haven't done that yet. That might be what we do tomorrow. We'll see. All right, up against Raven Lefleur. Bring it on, Raven. And we are playing our Rally to Wings deck. And, man, if we find land, this is actually pretty good. If we find like a couple lands along the way, which you should, right? Because we're starting with only 2. We are running a 21 land deck. We'll see how this goes. Otherwise, this curve is beautiful. And all right, mono green so far. Sky Tether doesn't stop the abilities of Llanowar, but we can at least block if they were wanting to do that. And Silverbeak Griffin does create a clock here. We aren't quite tempo-y like mono blue is, where they can just keep swinging with like their 2/2s over and over again. So we don't quite have that same value. Give us land. Yes, love it. All right, Resplendent Angel, swing in for 2. And pass the turn. Land for Shalai, land for Lyra, and we're gonna be in great shape. That would be, oh, that would be beautiful. I don't think our luck is gonna run that smoothly. I can always hope though. And even if we got to this Lyra, the amount of times we can swing in here, if they don't have answers, we can do a lot of work. We did dodge them possibly having like a Vivian right there. Seen a couple of these Vivian Arcbow decks now. Man, yes, this is amazing. All right, go Shalai. This is so good. And it's even a decent blocker for Jade Light Ranger. I'm not sure if we would block. Yeah, probably. I'm not sure if they'd be running Rabid Bite in a smaller creature deck. If they were playing anything for removal, it would be like a Plummet or something like that. But I'm guessing most of the removal comes in Vivian. I really don't know. There's so many ways to go with decks nowadays. Like, I know that I put certain things in every deck that I build, but not everyone does that. So Sky Tether are going to be good here if we don't find mana for Lyra. Lyra will just gain us enough life that it doesn't really matter. And we create a 5/5 as a blocker that will gain us life. And yeah, so we're going to be just fine if we find land. No blocks. Take 7. Totally fine. They could possibly play Galta here. Would they have enough mana? I think so. Oh yeah, they would. Elvish Rejuvenator. Okay. All right, so without land, ooh, Johnny's interesting. I think we do need a Sky Tether here, just to make sure they're not getting out of control. So Sky Tether onto the Jade Light. It's a defender now. It also loses flying. That's good. It feels like that should give him reach as well, which I'm glad it doesn't. We're going to go ahead and Unbreakable Formation. We have the Shalai to protect most of our guys. I'm not worried too much about a board wipe. If we lose our Shalai to a Plummet or something later on, that's fine. I want to get in the damage that we can now. So if we don't find land, we are pretty much guaranteed lethal with a Johnny coming down, pumping these guys as well. So we should just be able to close this out pretty easily. Sky Tether is so good. It is not nearly as good if you're not playing flyers. That is true. But man, if you're playing flyers, 1 mana removal, like that just straight up removed their biggest best guy for 1 mana. And that's better than a Path of Exile for this deck, or Path to Exile, whatever it is. And yeah, that is so good. The only thing it doesn't really shut down is things with Defender and Hexproof, of course. Or not Defender, Reach. Things with Reach and Hexproof. Because they can still at least get us if they have Reach. But yeah, man, it's so good. And anything that has Flying doesn't say Flying and Reach ever. It's just Flying. So you immediately get rid of any Flyer. That would actually be interesting if they did start putting Flying and Reach, just in case. I doubt that would ever happen, though. All right, has a 6/8. That's fine. We can even chump block if we wanted to. All right. Opponent does scoop it up. That was phenomenal. We're up against I'm 18 and balding. Oh man, I'm so sorry, my friend. If any of you guys are out there are 18 and balding, I am sorry. We're gonna keep this. We don't have as many creatures as I would like to have. Finale of Glory is decent because we have 3 lands. We can play our Resplendent Angel. We have a decent chance of running into a 2-drop or a 1-drop creature here as well. Or more lands, which helps out our Finale of Glory, so I'm also okay with this. It might almost be worth playing the Rally of Wings here if they swing with the Llanowar, just to get them off. It's basically land destruction for 2 mana. It's kind of interesting. Do we do that? Yeah. They obviously didn't have a 3-drop, so that means that they're probably going to be holding off for a 4-drop of some sort. So we did slow them down for an entire turn. And man, I don't know how we're running up against all green now. I was playing just a little while ago and didn't see a single green deck. And all right, well, that works. Getting rid of the Land War, they probably didn't have another land. So the untap ability of Rally of Wings, really good as well. Amazing. All right, up against Ott 3. You ought to 3. And we are playing... Ooh, well, yeah, we can keep this. It's not bad enough to not keep, although it's not necessarily doing what we're wanting to do. This is one issue with, we're playing like 12, I think it's 14 cards that are not creatures. And that's just enough that you're going to be ending up having a handful every once in a while. And that is the biggest downside of this deck, is that you do have to have those. They don't interact with other people's stuff. So if you have a handful of it, it doesn't do anything really. It's just annoying. I guess we hold up Unbreakable Formation. Swing in down to 18. Shalai should be good. Hopefully they don't have discard here. Interplanar Beacon, okay. Teferi. I'm not sure if they bounce the Silverbeak Griffin. They might just to draw a card. Shalai will come out and be pretty decent then. All right, so they do bounce it. That's fine. Ooh, Tomic as well. We can go Silverbeak Griffin, Tomic. I'm worried that they're going to have a board wipe of some sort. Let's go ahead and play Shalai. They can't target us with anything. Hostage Taker. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Because we're probably going to have to just Sky Tether the Shalai. And that still keeps its ability around, which we don't really care about Hexproof because we're not targeting their stuff ever, really, with our deck. Maybe we should have just done that from the get-go. We get more value out of a Johnny putting counters onto him anyway. All right, so land would be amazing here. No land. All right, let's go ahead and hold off on a Johnny for a bit. Skybeak Griffin. Sky Tether the Shalai. Swing, and I guess just keeping him off of the ability is enough here. We don't care to actually kill him. We just don't want him to draw cards and bounce our stuff. Letting themselves play sorcery spells at flash, though, does add a lot of value, though. They have a board wipe. A board wipe, of course, doesn't help them at this moment. Sirens look out, so they do have flyers. Unbreakable Formation looking a bit better. Although I'd like to wait, hold up on that. Actually, it is just a 1/2. I was thinking it was getting encounter. All right, so just a 1/2. This is the one that explores, right? Yeah. Takes up with Teferi.
I'll protect you.
This is a pretty cool deck. No blocks. All right, there's land. Well, let's go ahead with a Johnny. And let's go counter and counter. Swing, swing. I guess we're just going aggressive. We got the value that we want out of a Johnny. Even if they send everything there, that means that it's not damage coming towards face. We have a better chance of finishing out the game this way. Unbreakable Formation will actually give us lethal, even with one blocker. Let's see what else they've got, though. I'm assuming some more Planeswalkers. Yep, so 2 at a Johnny, lose a Johnny.
You must succeed where I have failed.
Ooh, Rally of Wings gives us lethal. There we go. All right. I'm really hoping they don't have like a Ritual of Soot or something in response. Let's go for the Rally of Wings first, just in case they have something else here to kill anything. All right, there we go. Because Rally of Wings was lethal even with one blocker. Because we ended up having just enough. So Rally of Wings, I think, was a better play there over the other one. And we got our 5-0 with his deck. Did not lose a single one. That was, oh my goodness. Dude, I love mono white. Like the birds decks, the flyers, they are actually really fun to play. And it's always like you're kind of biting your nails because it's just a straight up race. Like you are playing a deck that just wants to race. And if they do anything else, like even playing removal, typically hurts you pretty bad. And of course, if you are playing against like mono red, all the decks in the meta right now, they have enough removal that it's going to be a little bit devastating. You're not going to be able to get enough creatures out early on. You can still be at least decently competitive with it, but I'm not sure. You can do okay with it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.